Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here with a speed build. I'm doing a teeny tiny house today. This is something that has been requested and I thought it was a little bit of a challenge to try and fit everything into a pretty small amount of space. And it's going to be 2-story, single beds, and it's also going to have, I guess, a little bit of a Japanese theme to it, or Japanesey design to it, I think. Basically because I was kind of thinking about the homes in Tokyo and how a lot of people there live in such small spaces, and I guess that's what kind of inspired it. I also noticed that James Turner, or the Sim Supply, he has done several tiny homes and has actually done challenges where it's like 4x4, 5x5, 6x6. And I was looking at one of those and I was like, that's pretty cool. I do want to try it. So I'll link in my description one of those vids so you guys can check his out as well. But yeah, it's a little bit of fun. To begin with, it starts off pretty plain Jane. It's not looking too exciting at this point. But then I started experimenting with a bit of a curved fenced roof. And then I kind of thought, that looks really weird and really bad. So we might change that up a little bit. And it kind of makes the house change entirely after that. So just having a little play, seeing what could work potentially. And gosh, it looks shocking right now, but we'll fix it up in a second. I also wanted to do a build that contrasts a lot to the other builds I've been doing. I've done a lot of mansions and I'm quite exhausted from them. So this is a nice change to get stuck into as well. And I also wanted to do something a little bit more masculine because I feel like a lot of what's been on the channel recently has been quite girly, and just wanted to give a shout out to the male Simlies and create something that maybe the more masculine Sims can live in or something like that. Now, this staircase didn't fit inside of the house, so I actually make an exterior staircase. And I really like what we end up doing on the roof. We make a bathtub on the roof, which you guys might be thinking, why did Deli put a bath on the roof? That's really strange. But it was just because it didn't fit into the space very well below. It could have, but I wanted to use the space differently. So I thought, what would be cool if you could have a bath outside, but have lots of greenery around you. So you're kind of covered up and it's all private. I don't know. I thought it was a fun idea. So if you do want to download this house, it is on the gallery already. My username is Deligracy, so you can have a look at that if you like. And I had a lot of fun with decorating this. It's fun to decorate small spaces because then you get to really go all out. Challenging, and you get to go all out. Anyways, popping in a little staircase here to get into the house. I wanted it to be lifted up slightly. And right now we're going to have a little bit of a play with wall lights. And we create a little bit of a fun pattern with them, which ends up being a wall feature on the interior of the house. Thought that was a bit of fun. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about that. It's just a little bit different. And I also wanted to make the walls a little bit taller because I live in a studio apartment with high ceilings. And I've got to say, having high ceilings makes all the difference. All the difference for sure. You can kind of see now we're using half walls a lot to create a bit of a dynamic feel to house. And this becomes kind of a reoccurring thing throughout the whole little speed build. You'll get to see that in a second. But I felt like the black and white was fun to experiment with. And I mean, if that's not really your style, it would be really easy to change it just by changing it to some softer colors or more neutral colors rather than that stark black and white. So that's pretty easy. Turning the grid off as well, because I know how much that bothers a lot of you guys watching. It does help me build to begin with though. And we're just going to do a little bit of a rooftop garden. I actually had a little bit of trouble with what kind of plants to put in here because none of them would fit in, but I didn't want to expand that space because then it would be wasting space that could be used for something else, like skill building activities or something. So in the end, I actually used these plant boxes in the decorations area of decorations area of the game. What am I talking about? In decorations, you can get these little plant boxes. I think they came with Get Together, and I don't know, putting some ferns on top of them. I thought they looked quite cute. Have some bamboo trees there to get that more Asian influence across, Asian essence. And in here, we're going to make a sunken bedroom. So there'll be a little bit of a split level to get down to the bed. And I have player tested it, so it all works. Everything in this house works. And they can get into the bed, even though we've used a little bit of move objects. That's all good and well. And the space flows really well too. So that's all good. All good. And I guess if you wanted to put a double bed in here, you could just expand that wall backwards a bit to fit the double bed in. That would be fine. And I put a shelf through the bed because, one, it makes it more interesting, and two, it just allowed us to add some more decor, and it just makes it look a little bit more realistic than just having like one bedside table like we always do in the games. So it's a little bit of fun. If I'm sounding a bit tired today, I have been gymming a lot this week. I've been getting up for 6 a.m. classes, but I've still been staying up really late because I'm used to staying up late. So today I actually woke up to go to the gym at like 5:15, and I was thinking, oh my God, my body is so sore right now. I don't think I can run or do anything. So I just messaged my friend who I usually go with, and I said, yeah, I'm not going to make it, sorry. And I fell back asleep, and I didn't wake up until 10:30. So I definitely needed that extra rest. And I spoke to my mum, and she said, you know what, it's actually good to give your body a break after doing a lot of workouts, just so it can kind of get used to it and take in all that extra fitness you've been doing. So yeah, that's my life story today. All right, so in the kitchen here, we are going to be inspired by this yellow couch in a second, and we're going to add some gold, I guess, gold colors into this build. And then we're going to change the couch to orange. So putting in some gold on the chairs. And you can see there's just some little bits of gold and orange all around the place. And we're going to pop in a nice orangey rug in a second. So we're going to change this one. I wasn't feeling that one. So we go with this one with a bit of color injected in there. It just makes it all that much more interesting, I think. And then this is the wall decoration I was telling you guys about. So it's quite different, but I thought it was kind of cool. I just like it for a change because I feel like we use all of the wall decor so much, it gets a little bit, it gets a little bit boring after a while. So it's fun to change it up a little bit. And inspired by Tokyo, I suppose, a lot of tiling on the floors. I think that's a common thing in Japan, or did I just make that up? I don't know, but I thought it was fun. And then up here, if you're wondering, where's the shower or the bathtub? What is my sim going to do about hygiene? We're popping the bathtub up here, and I did just realize, oh wait, she can't use the bath that way. And she can't use it that way either, or he can't use it that way, so we're going to change it round. And we're going to have a lot of fun with half walls in a second, because the house was looking a little bit like a boat at this stage. Very square and then rounded at the front. So this definitely helps out the build a lot. And I don't know, I really like using the half walls gradually. So going from the tallest to the next height, to the next height, to the next height, all the way to the shortest wall height. I just think they look really nice all together. So the walls are being put in, obviously, for some privacy for whoever's taking the bath. And, putting another planter box in just to make it all look green and more interesting. But at the same time, all of that leafy goodness will actually provide you with a little bit of privacy. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Speaking of which, the other day I was in my apartment, and because it's a studio apartment, I have sliding doors to close up my bedroom. And I totally forgot that my blinds were open. And I was walking around in my undies and getting changed and stuff. And then I realized, oh my gosh, there's tradies outside my window. If you don't know what a tradie is, it's a tradesman, like someone who is a builder or a plumber or something. They were literally outside my window looking. I was like, oh my Lord. So quickly changed. And I want to do a build with that arch. I've got some ideas. Actually. So you might see that coming back in a little while. Just making some minor color changes, swatch changes around the place. And I am going to make those staircases black. They look a ton better black. And I decided, because this house is so small, I wouldn't move it anymore around the lot or make a footpath or anything, because it really can be placed quite easily into your games that way. And then you guys can just shuffle it around and pop a footpath in if you'd like to use it. Finishing off the half wall look here. It's a little bit of fun. And also I realized after I took the screenshots that I'd used 2 different wood tones, but don't worry, I have fixed those up now. So if you want to download it, there won't be brown and black wood tones. And for those of you worried about it, it's okay. You can relax because it does get changed off camera. We're also putting in a couple of wellness skill building things, keeping it nice and zen. And here are the screenshots. So this is it at nighttime. It's all lit up, and at daytime. And of course, there's not many screenshots because it's like one room and then the upstairs. I really like it from the side. I love that pattern. So I decided to keep that there. And it might be interesting to try and attach this to one of your lots. There's the kitchen, mirrored splashback to open up the room, and a little TV area, dining area, and sunken bedroom or split level bedroom. And then up here is where you take a nice bath and do a little bit of activities. So it's actually quite a good space to use and utilize. Anyways, you guys, let me know in the comments down below what kind of videos you are wanting to see on the channel, any Let's Play ideas, anything you have. But for now, I'm going to say I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon.